One of the most common questions we get about Ready Seal is what is it going to look like on my specific project? And that's a great question, but the answer is a little bit complicated, and here's why. Because Ready Seal is a stain and sealer and not a paint, while it does color the wood, it also brings out some of the natural characteristics of each individual piece of wood. So from project to project and from different pieces of wood, there's going to be subtle differences that are going to show up. But we still wanted to try to answer that question and give you a really great jumping off point for picking the right stain for your project. So here's what we did. Behind me, we have 3 displays. This first display is dark walnut, and the different applications we have are pressure treated fence wood and decking. We have cedar fence wood and cedar decking, white fence pickets, and then an old fence wood that has been bleached and brought back to life and then stained with Ready Seal. Now you're going to notice in each of these applications, even though this is all pressure treated wood, there's different characteristics that are brought out in the different pieces of wood. There's slightly different shades, slightly different colors that show up. Same story here with the cedar. The different pieces of wood, they don't all look the exact same. And you're going to see continues with the white wood here. And this is a great example where you can really see some differences, and that's just because of the specific characteristics of this piece of wood. One thing to note about the old fence wood is that Ready Seal is going to soak in a lot more into the wood, and it's going to come out in a darker shade. That's just going to be the reality for all of these applications. The second display is natural cedar. Again, we have pressure treated fencing, pressure treated deck, cedar fencing, cedar decking, white wood, and your old fence that has been refurbished. And again, you can see there's different tones and different colors that come out in the different pickets. And I think for me personally, I like that because it means you're really getting some of that natural tone and natural characteristics of the wood, but it does create some variety. And the last display is the pecan color stain. Again, you have your pressure treated cedar, white fencing, and old fence wood. Your cedar decking and your pressure treated decking. And as you can see, it's the same story in this application as well. It's a beautiful color. It brings out the natural characteristics of each piece of wood. There is a certain amount of uniformity. They don't look completely different. It doesn't look out of place. So it looks great, but there is the subtle differences. There's a little bit of unique characteristics of each piece of wood. So that's why when you ask, what is it going to look like? Well, it's going to look kind of like this, but also it's going to take on the specific characteristics of whatever wood you're using for your project. So hopefully this helps with picking the right stain for your project. But like I said, your project is going to look uniquely yours.